In today's video, we'll explore why some believe that voting for Donald Trump is the best choice for America's future, especially when compared to Kamala Harris. Let's dive into the key points. First and foremost, economic growth and job creation. Under Trump's previous administration, the economy thrived, boasting historic low unemployment rates across diverse demographics. His tax cuts and deregulation policies fostered an environment where businesses flourished, leading to job creation and higher wages for middle and working-class Americans. The facts speak for themselves. More Americans were working, wages were rising, and the economy was booming. Now let's compare that to the policies of Kamala Harris and the far left. They want higher taxes, more regulations, and a government takeover of healthcare. These policies would stifle economic growth, kill jobs, and lead to lower wages for everyone. When you raise taxes on businesses, they have less money to hire workers and invest in their businesses. And when you burden businesses with regulations, it stifles innovation and makes it harder for them to compete. The choice is clear. If you want a strong economy with more jobs and higher wages, then you need to support policies that promote economic freedom, not government control. Next, let's talk about border security. Trump's commitment to a strong southern border resonates with those prioritizing national security. His administration's hardline stance on illegal immigration aimed to deter crime, human trafficking, and the flow of illegal drugs into our communities. Open borders might sound nice in theory, but in reality, they lead to chaos and lawlessness. We have a right and a duty to secure our borders and protect our citizens. Trump understood this, which is why he fought tirelessly to build the wall and enforce our immigration laws. The wall is not about keeping people out, it's about maintaining order and control over who enters our country. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris and the Democrats want to abolish ICE, decriminalize illegal immigration, and give amnesty to millions of people who broke our laws to come here. This would be a disaster for our country. It would incentivize more illegal immigration, overwhelm our resources, and make it impossible to enforce our laws. We need to send a clear message. If you want to come to America, you need to do it legally. Trump's America First policy focused on prioritizing American interests in trade and defense. By negotiating fairer trade deals, he revitalized American industries, promoting local jobs and strengthening the U.S. economy. For too long, America has entered into trade deals that benefit other countries at the expense of our own workers. Trump recognized the need to prioritize American jobs and businesses. He renegotiated NAFTA, challenged China's unfair trade practices, and withdrew from the Trans-Pacific Partnership. These actions were not about starting trade wars. They were about defending American workers and businesses. Kamala Harris and the Democrats, however, support globalist trade policies that prioritize the interests of other countries over our own. They advocate for open borders, free trade, and multilateral agreements that undermine American sovereignty. The choice is clear. If you believe that America should come first, then you need to support a leader who will fight for American jobs and businesses. Judicial appointments. Trump made significant impacts with his judicial appointments, including 3 Supreme Court justices and over 200 federal judges. These appointments ensure that constitutional principles are preserved and individual freedoms are protected. Judges are supposed to interpret the law, not legislate from the bench. Trump understands this, which is why he appointed judges who are committed to upholding the Constitution as it was written. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, has a record of supporting activist judges who believe in legislating from the bench. Her appointment to the Supreme Court would be a disaster for the Constitution and for the rule of law. Energy independence. A crucial reason is energy independence. Trump championed domestic oil and gas production, resulting in lower gas prices and job creation in energy sectors, making America less reliant on foreign energy. Energy independence is not just an economic matter, it's a national security concern. When we depend on foreign countries for our energy, we are at their mercy. Trump recognized this, which is why he achieved energy independence for America for the first time in decades. He boosted American energy production, approved pipelines, and rolled back regulations that were stifling the energy industry. Kamala Harris and the Democrats, however, aim to ban fracking, shut down pipelines, and end fossil fuel production. This would increase our reliance on foreign countries for energy, destroy jobs, and raise energy prices for everyone. It's time to choose energy independence over energy dependence. Standing against cancel culture. Trump has openly resisted cancel culture, championing free speech and diverse opinions. This resonates with many who feel that individual expression is under threat. In America, we don't silence people just because we disagree with them. Trump understands this, which is why he has been a vocal critic of cancel culture and the radical left's attempts to silence dissenting voices. Kamala Harris and the Democrats, on the other hand, have embraced cancel culture. They want to silence anyone who disagrees with them, and they are using their power to punish those who dare to speak out against their agenda. This is a dangerous path for our country. It's time to stand up for free speech and against the tyranny of the mob. When it comes to foreign relations, Trump emphasized a non-interventionist approach, prioritizing diplomacy. Notable achievements include the Abraham Accords, which sought to normalize relations in the Middle East. For too long, America has been the world's policeman, getting involved in conflicts that are not in our national interest. Trump understood that we need to put America first and focus on our own interests. Kamala Harris and the Democrats, on the other hand, want to take us back to the days of endless wars and foreign entanglements. They believe in leading from behind and apologizing for America's strength. The choice is clear. If you want a strong and respected America that is not constantly at war, then you need to support a leader who will put America first. Trump's administration consistently promoted law and order, supporting law enforcement and prioritizing community safety to combat rising crime rates. In America, we believe in the rule of law. Trump understands this, which is why he has always stood with the men and women of law enforcement. Kamala Harris and the Democrats, on the other hand, have sided with the defund the police movement, which wants to take resources away from law enforcement and make our communities less safe. They have demonized police officers, called for their defunding, and even supported policies that would release dangerous criminals back onto our streets. The choice is clear. If you want to live in a safe and secure community, then you need to support the men and women of law enforcement. Educational reform. Trump's advocacy for school choice empowers parents to take control of their children's education, particularly in underserved communities, ensuring quality education is accessible for all. Every child in America deserves access to a quality education regardless of their zip code or their parents' income. Trump understands this, which is why he is a strong supporter of school choice. He believes that parents, not bureaucrats, should have the power to decide where their children go to school. Kamala Harris and the Democrats, on the other hand, are beholden to the teachers' unions, who oppose school choice because it threatens their power. They would rather keep children trapped in failing schools than give parents the freedom to choose what's best for their children. It's time to put children first and give them the education they deserve. Military strength and veterans support. Trump focused on rebuilding the military and addressing veterans' needs, ensuring they receive the resources and care they deserve. America's military is the greatest fighting force in the world, but it has been neglected for far too long. Trump understands this, which is why he increased military spending, rebuilt our depleted military, and gave our troops the biggest pay raise in a decade. He also made it a priority to take care of our veterans who have sacrificed so much for our country. Kamala Harris and the Democrats, on the other hand, have a history of cutting military spending and undermining our national security. It's time to choose a strong national defense over a weak one. Critiques of Kamala Harris. In contrast, Kamala Harris has faced criticism on several fronts. Her mixed record on criminal justice reform raises questions, and her shifting political stances may suggest opportunism rather than principled leadership. As a former prosecutor, Harris has a record of being tough on crime, but she has also been criticized for her handling of certain cases and for her support of policies that have disproportionately harmed minority communities. She has also been criticized for her shifting positions on issues such as healthcare and criminal justice reform, which has led some to question her authenticity and her commitment to her stated beliefs. This lack of a clear and consistent ideology, coupled with her questionable record, has led many to view her with skepticism. The choice is clear. America needs a leader who is consistent, principled, and committed to putting the interests of the American people first. As we consider the choices for America's future, Trump's policies appeal to many as a route to prosperity, security, and freedom. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.